Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, as we have been a lot recently. And I'm going to power on into the From the Ashes DLC. So, we have gotten to the point where we have completed Baptism of Fire. Pribyslavitz has been emptied out. I also did the Merhoyed investigation and cured them and all that jazz. And then talked to Sir Radzig, who is on his way probably back to Rete, I assume. And so we're right at the point in the main story mission where we would start investigating the whole counterfeit silver operation. But I'm going to take a break at this point in the story, as I usually do, and hop right into the From the Ashes DLC, because when I'm playing the game, start to finish, obviously my first playthrough wasn't like this, but start to finish with the DLCs in, I like to play each DLC as it becomes available in the story. And this is right when you become able to do the From the Ashes DLC. So that's what we're going to do.
Can I be of service to you, Sir Divish? I've heard talk that something is going on in Pribyslavitz.
Henry, you've come at just the right moment. I sent a man to Pribyslavitz. My locator, Marius.
What's a locator?
A land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the settlement to see if we can start rebuilding it.
You're planning to resettle the village?
Yes.
Why Pribyslavitz, of all places?
Because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruin since it was sacked by Havelmedic years ago. It's about time that changed.
Well, it should be safe there now. We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes, and that's why I sent my master locator there. However, he should have been back long since.
If you've no objection, I could go and look for him.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out.
Well, we're here in Pribyslavitz, and it's been emptied out because, like I said, we did that in the whole Baptism of Fire thing. And it's one of my favorite things that got added into the game. That's why I figured I'd make a video out of this again, because I'm really hoping that this type of feature, the transformation of this ruined old settlement, that's the type of transformative stuff that I love seeing in open world games like this. And I really hope we get a lot more examples of it in the sequel. But I believe we've found our locator already, or at least the people holding him captive.
So, it's all clear to me now.
What is? Who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
What? How could you?
Sir Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to have sent someone better than you to parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it. There's plenty of us and you're on your own. So I think twice about how you're going to deal with that.
Let him go, right now. Or you can stay here and feed the crows, like the rabble who were here before you.
All right. No need to be hasty, eh? We'll be on our way then. Quietly. That fella's in the tent over there.
Well, that didn't go according to plan. I should read the options before I click them, because I clicked the swords wanting to fight, but then I just threatened him. So I should have just picked the one where I think down at the bottom it said something about I'm gonna kill you, because that's what I wanted to do. But whatever the case may be, now we just gotta find where the locator is. There he is. I can tell from his cool hat.
Thank you. My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you, and it looks like I arrived just in time. God's truth. I'm Henry of Scalitz.
My name is Marius, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived, and so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
Wandering around ruins isn't my idea of fun.
It's not meant to be fun. I have a serious job to do here. But suit yourself. Don't go too far. I'll look things over, see what's what, and make notes. At least I'll get it done faster and won't be distracted.
What? By me?
Measure it out. It's essential. All right, Henry, run along. I'll catch up with you later. Check the water sources. Subsoil.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Well, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait? I'll head to Talmberg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long. My lord, welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir. They didn't look all that tough, so I put a bit of pressure on them and they took to their heels.
You were outnumbered and you scared them off?
They were greenhorns. I think they may have been a bit intimidated by me.
Let's hope they don't try anything like that again.
I'm quite sure they won't, sir.
Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid! Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings away from the square, in particular more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forest for agricultural land, and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
Well, that much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will need lots of labour. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad. But it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here. But now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of Bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz, in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honor. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rete bailiff. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Talmberg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
Whew, I forgot how much exposition happens there. I love a couple things about that. A, I love how they just drop it on you like, all right, Henry, I know that you're nobody, but you have to pay for all of this. Because we can't, because I'm a lord, but I don't have any money, and you probably do, and that's realistic. But I also like the feudalistic nature of what just happened, because he appoints you as bailiff, which is a relatively low-level position, but he puts you in charge of the construction, getting people there, and then gives you the proceeds of the village for the first 5 years of it existing, and grants you the ability to do what you want but with the land and forest surrounding the village. So he basically makes you a baron or a landed knight, even though you haven't been knighted. So I love the tiny little dose of feudalism we got here, and like I said, I hope we get a lot more of that in the second game. But for now, we gotta go to Rete and start recruiting people, and I guess announce the fact that we're Bailiff. Probably should change my outfit too. Gotta get a more bailiffly outfit on. I love the suit of armor, but it's not exactly the right feel. Alright, we've changed into our much more appropriate bailiff outfit, and we're almost to Rete. So, getting ready for the big prestigious announcement. I'm slightly worried because I have not done a lot of side quests yet on this playthrough, so I'm not exactly sure how well recruiting specific people is going to go. I should be able to get the general stuff done, but one of the fun things about From the Ashes is specific recruitment of a lot of different individuals, and I haven't done any side quests that typically lead up to that type of stuff. The other thing that I do like to point out when I do this DLC is that it would be much better if after the Pribyslavitz renewal, it entirely got rid of all of the Skalitz refugees out of Rete. They should all be in Pribyslavitz. Let's see what he has to say. I should stand next to him.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of Ratai, as well as those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Pribyslavitz to the north of Talmberg Castle, wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings, providing that you shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be permitted also to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams. The hamlet of Pribyslavitz lies in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Pribyslavitz and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
One would think that would be a pretty good offer. I mean, everybody loves begging in the mud in a tiny little, like, straw hovel, but I feel like it would be better to have a new place where you could build a new life. So, where are we at now? Alright, in reward for my services, blah blah blah, talk to Marius. Okay, so we have to go back to Pribyslavitz. So, that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, they got all the stuff cleared out for us, so we should be able to get right down to work, and I should have plenty of money. I haven't been stockpiling it, but I naturally make a lot of money playing this game. So, they weren't wrong when they assumed I'm good at making money in the game, but it was just a bold assumption to make about a landless peasant. But, fine. Oh, I should show you my bailiff outfit. That's my bailiff outfit. Nothing all that fancy, just figured it was more appropriate than the armor I was wearing.
Welcome back. What news from Ratai?
Well, the bailiff read Sir Divish's decree, and now I'm officially bailiff of Pribyslavitz.
Then allow me to congratulate you. What will be your first step?
First, actually, I'm not quite sure. What would you recommend?
As it happens, I already sought a few things in your absence. You might have noticed that the first people have come from Ratai.
Yeah, I saw some heading here right away.
So when they arrived, I was able to start clearing building plots with them. After they'd erected some temporary dwellings, that is.
So we're ready to get things started?
As long as you know what you want to build, I can show these new people what to do. We'll be building on the sites we've measured out. You can go and look them over first, if you like.
I'll do that. I'll see what's going to be built where.
Nevertheless, I doubt you'll be able to figure that out just from looking at the sites.
How do I choose what to build where?
I've already given it some thought on your behalf. I even wrote it all down in the accounts ledger. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be kept at the rat house.
Well, there's nothing here, so we'll have to build everything. Ale house, bakery, butchers, rat house. Did I mention ale house?
Eventually. But be warned. To begin with, it's always best to start with facilities that will be producing construction materials for everything else. And since we'll mainly be using timber, it makes sense to set up a woodcutter's camp.
All right. And then what?
That depends. Every building has its use. You'll soon get the grasp of it, and it's all in the ledger.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it, so you should keep it topped up to prevent delays. It reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Ah, yes, of course.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
I see. But how much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
I can't afford that much. At least not now, right at the start. But I do need your help. How about this much?
That's a fair offer. It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access to the trunk. Besides, we'll have guards on watch here.
Ah, that's reassuring.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
I want to build something.
Certainly, Master Bailiff. What's it to be?
I don't remember having to do a whole lot of stuff, but it has also been a while since I've done this. So first things first, let's pop some groschen in here. I don't remember how much we'll need, but I'll just pop like 100,000 in. That should be more than enough, I would think. Pop 102,000. I guess 103,000. That'll work for me. All right, now we'll check the ledger. Alrighty, temporary rat house, blah, blah. Well, I believe the first thing we need is build the woodcutter's camp. Let's find the woodcutter's camp. All right. Oh yeah, do I have to talk to him each time I want to do it? That's kind of annoying. You'd think they'd let you do it just from the ledger. All right, on the outskirts. Woodcutter's camp. Are we going? Oof, we really had to run out here. There's our first step. We got our woodcutter's camp all crafted up and ready to go. I believe we're able to recruit Kunesh. I probably should. I typically like to recruit any people, any named characters that I possibly can to Pribyslavitz, even if they're people like Kunesh who you don't particularly like. All right, see about... I guess I'll have to run back to the ledger. If I remember correctly, typically I would just find out what can I build and go from there. You know, I didn't have a specific order. I would just build whatever I could. Oh, good. So I can just do this. I can build the rat house right now. Well, I might as well just do that then. So, you know it. All right, so we've got our basic rat house built. I should be able to just power through a lot of this stuff. If I remember correctly, I don't have to go get much. I know at some point I think I need to go convince the quarry to sell us some stone or something like that. And then, I don't remember. But we've got our woodcutter's camp and our rat house built. Go inside, find our ledger. There it is. All right, we can build our basic repairs to the church. It helps having a whole bunch of money to start off with. That certainly doesn't slow us down. All right, yeah. We don't need to go through this every time. Hey, look at that. The church looks like it has walls and a ceiling. I love how rickety that tower looks. Or steeple, I should say. Or maybe it is bell tower. Steeple might just be the part on top. Here's our battleground with Runt. All right, got our basic repairs in the church done. Should be able to burn through quite a few. Can we build anything else? There we go. We can build the bridge and road. Yeah. Our new bridge is looking good. I don't know how we build that without any stone. All we have is timber so far, but that actually looks like a pretty solid bridge. All right, let's see if we can build anything else right now. All right, we can build a trader. Yeah. We're gonna build here. So apparently it was an objective to build the trader's house, so that makes sense. I seem to remember having to do something with this, and then maybe this is how we get the stone in. I'm not sure. All right, we can build beehives right away. All right, I guess that's the last thing we can build right now. Look at our beehives. Look at that. We're actually producing some sort of product already with our beehives. I mean, you know, honey in and of itself isn't all that valuable of a product. It's valuable, but not as much as meat or something like that, or honey cakes. But that is, I believe, all we can build right now. But I think we already have some bailiffly duties to do. You can see our little thing. Yeah, look at that.
What is it this time?
We have a problem with water. That is, with the stream. With the, use of the stream.
The stream? What seems to be the trouble?
Sir, they won't let me have a shit.
What's that?
Your locator here won't let people go for a shit.
God give me strength.
Master Locator, would you be so kind as to cast some light on the matter?
I never forbade anyone to defecate. It's not something that can be prohibited anyway.
You did so.
All I asked was that people did their business further downstream. After all, we don't want our water supply contaminated. It could cause disease.
I've decided. Defecating will only be allowed at least 100 feet from the village.
But, sir...
A wise decision, Henry.
Well, at least we have permission to go and shit again. I'll go and tell the fellas we can go to the stream. It's been a tough few days.
You mean you haven't been since... No, don't say it. I don't even want to know.
Let's check our quest log. Supplies. All right, so we do have to do quite a few. Okay, yeah, now I remember this. We've got to go to Talmberg to get stone supply, Ujits to get grain, or Sasau to get grain. I'll check Ujits first. Samopesh. Oh, man, I wish I remembered which one had the best deal. I feel like Samopesh didn't have any. I think it's between Ujits and Sasau. Charcoal from Ginger's charcoal burner friends. That's probably where I'll go. And then livestock. All right, well, we'll get the stone first. We'll go to Talburn. Come on, horsey. Albarak. Get moving. Here's our stone guy. Ah, what happened? Oh, I crouched away. Rupert. Sorry about that.
I'm here at the behest of Sir Divish. I'm looking for the overseer of this quarry. Would that be you, Goodman?
Aye, that's me. What can I do for you?
Sir Divish has decided to rebuild Pribyslavitz, and he's entrusted me to take charge, along with his locator.
Aha, so it's you. I heard about Sir Divish's plans. What is it you need, then?
Well, we've started with the reconstruction work, but we need more than just timber.
You need stone for the construction?
Exactly. And for repairing the church.
Well now, you're really not doing things by halves, are you? The thing is, though, we're already working flat out supplying stone for the monastery construction in Sasau. I can't cut back on their supplies. Sir Divish wouldn't be at all pleased.
But I really need that stone.
Well, I suppose I could try and hire a few more quarrymen to increase production, but we can't transport it. Even Sasau sends their own wagon here. Have you got someone to carry the stone?
I've got my own merchant. He'll take care of it with his hired hands.
Splendid. So let's talk about the price.
The stone is for Sir Divish. It's for a village he wants to rebuild as quickly as possible.
Well, you have a point. I'll take that into account in the price.
That's better.
Excellent. We'll start sending the stone as soon as your merchant gets here.
All right, we got our stone. I think we'll swing over to, let's see what's closer, the charcoal burners or Ujit. Yeah, we'll swing to the charcoal burners, then up to Ujits for grain. All right, we're at the charcoal place. Let's find the spoke. Where is Twin? Twin, is this the spokesman? There we go.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
I'd like to buy charcoal from you.
Of course, Henry, anything for you.
It might be more than you think.
How much charcoal could you possibly need?
5 bags, on a regular basis.
Haven't you noticed winter is over?
There's a new forge in Pribyslavitz, and I need to supply it with charcoal, seeing as how I'm the bailiff.
Bailiff, eh? Well, I never.
It's not a bed of roses, but thanks.
All right, but we can't let you have that amount for nothing, even if you did help us with Ginger.
Don't worry, I wouldn't expect that.
How are you going to haul the charcoal?
I've got a merchant of my own. He'll come here regularly with a wagon to pick it up.
As you wish. About the price.
Deal.
All right, we'll send the first load as soon as your wagon gets here.
Oh, we got charcoal and stone. Now, if I remember correct, you don't get grain and livestock. Maybe you get either or. Decided to go to Ujits first to handle our grain situation. So I believe we just have to talk to Bailiff.
God be with you.
I'd like to buy some grain.
Grain? What do you want grain for?
I'm responsible for the rebuilding of Pribyslavitz.
I heard some talk about that. I suppose I can sell you part of the crop. How many bushels do you want?
And wheat for the baker. He'll have to bake for the whole village.
That's quite a lot. It won't be cheap.
But even though it's for Sir Divish's village.
Aye. Unless he sets the allocations himself. I have to make up for any differences in supplies. And you'll have to pay for that. Have you got someone to transport it? Or are you gonna haul it there yourself?
I've got a merchant to take care of it.
Fair enough. Here's my offer.
Alright.
Alright, we got our grain sorted. Now we just need meat. I don't remember if Sasau or Rattay has the better meat. I think one of them doesn't have it. Like, you go there and ask and they just don't have any to sell. I seem to remember it being Rattay that does not have the meats. So I figured I'd just head over to Sasau. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, we'll find out when I get in there. Is that it? No, it's over here. Alrighty. That's our guy. Is that him? It is.
What else do you, sir?
I'm trying to get livestock for Pribyslavitz. Could you help me out?
Certainly. How are the folk there getting on?
Yeah, we're doing alright.
Glad to hear it. There's a friend of mine there, Jonah. You know him?
Sorry, can't say I do. I don't know everyone yet.
Handy fella. Always making something. He's good at making baskets.
Sorry, I really don't know him.
Ah, well, it's not important. You sure don't have it easy. But then again, it'll be an adventure. I was thinking about it myself. About going there too, you know. But my place is here. Well, what was it you wanted again?
I want you to supply livestock for us.
Right, of course. And who's going to take it there for you?
I've got a merchant to take care of it.
Good. I'll be expecting him. So, here's my price. I know it's a bit on the dear side, but you'll get lean, tender meat from them. Fit for a bishop's table.
That's a good price. I'll buy it.
You can count on me. If you run into Jonah, give him my regards.
I will.
Alright, so we got all of our supplies. And we got the good stuff, so I don't have to worry about our people not having the best. Pribyslavitz is going to be the best hamlet to live in the entire province. So let's head back to Pribyslavitz and get building. Alright, we had to sleep through the night, but let's get building again. See what we can do. Alright, well, we can build the rat house right away. Alright, we got our extended rat house being built. Probably, you know, maybe not the wisest decision to start with the rat house, but it was the next thing in the book. Ooh, that looks fancy. Ostensibly Henry's house. So now Henry has a fancy house. Let's keep going. I want to pound through these buildings. We should have everything we need. At least I think so. Got plenty of money and we have all the resource now. All right, what can we build? I'm just going to go straight down the line. Oh, I can do improvement 1 or improvement 2. I'm going to focus on buildings. Wait, could we do anything here? No, we cannot. But we can build the church. I guess we'll do that. So let's find out what we built. Do we just build the buildings around it? I think that must be what we built. I mean, we added a bell in, clearly. Got some statues. Very nice. Looking a little bit fancier. Still not looking done. Inside looks nice, though. What else can building in the village center, outskirts? Well, what's left on the tavern? I remembered that makes it quicker. If you don't let him get back to the building and go back into the book, you're able to actually go through the buildings quite a bit faster, which is good because I don't want to run into any conflicts. And I figure if we just keep getting everything built right away, I shouldn't. Oh, apparently that counts as housing. So good. Probably a good thing that I did that right away. Plus, not to mention, if you want to keep people happy, a place to eat and drink is probably a good way to go. The Cuman camp has come a long way. Alright, let's see if we can build something else. Blah, blah, blah. He's not going to let me build at night. Well, we'll wait until daytime then. Well, we can build the forge, bakery, butchers, stables, guardhouse. That already. We have a bunch of upgrades we can do, obviously, too. Okay, so we've got all that stuff. So now we're just down to the choice. Guardhouse or stable? Guardhouse gets us guards, which I like having, as well as the sinew bow, but it also, the stables get us some of the best horses in the game. Butchers or bakery? I feel like I like going with butcher. And then forge. Oh, the forge we can build, and then we upgrade it to either the armor smith or the swordsmith. Oh, we'll start with the forge then. There we go. Got our forge. Makes sense that Henry would want to get the forge done right away. Him having a keen interest in blacksmithing. This would have been a cool way if they could have worked blacksmithing into the first game. If it, you know, it would have been cool if Henry could have done stuff at the forge here in Pribyslavitz. Talk to Marius again right away. Anything left on the outskirts? Okay, no. Village center. Bakers, butchers, guardhouse, stables. So we get the choice. I think I like the butcher better than the bakers. I like the guardhouse better for role play because if I was building a village out here in the middle of the woods, kind of on the border, I would want to have more guards because of the danger, but the stables I think generate more revenue. We'll start with the butchers because I know I like that one. Oh, I probably should have judged the whatever case needs to be heard at the tree before I built it. I like getting the buildings built before I do all the judging, but once I get this one done, I'll go check and see what needs to be judged. All right, we can start cranking out meat production so we got food for our people. I do wish we could build all 4. Arguably, there's more than enough room here to build a guardhouse, stables, a butcher, and a baker. I know that a lot of people agree with me on that. I like that they kind of make you make a choice, but for me personally, there's more than enough room here, roleplay-wise, to fit them all. I think I have decided I'm going to build the stables. Like I said, for roleplay, I like the guardhouse better. I think it makes a lot more sense. This is definitely one of those situations where, especially given the status of the fiefdom, you wouldn't build one or the other, you'd build both, because the stables do generate revenue, and obviously having some new stables after Neuhof got destroyed, and most of the horses at Merhoyad were killed too, obviously you could make a bunch of money having some stables operating. So you'd want that, but given the danger of running stables in this fief, as has been proven by those last two examples I gave, you would not want to do it without having extra guards running around. But I'll just go roleplay-wise. We have some guards from Talmberg, and of course Henry's here, and he's pretty much unkillable, at least in my experience. There's our stables, looking pretty sweet. Not to mention now we can get Shadowmere or Shadowfax, or I think one third option. I think there's 3 tier 5 horses that get added with these stables. All right, let's go judge what we have to judge, and then I'll do some upgrades, because I believe that's all the buildings get built.
What is it this time?
We needed a butcher, and now 2 have come at once. But we only have a place for 1.
So we should take the best one? No?
That's just the thing. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Ratai would have neither of them. But we can't be so selective.
What's wrong with them? Surely they can't both be completely useless.
No, but from what people say, the first one, Cockfirst, isn't an honest trader. He cheats ordinary folk, but he's the very soul of fairness when dealing with the wealthy, the nobility, and the lawkeepers. So he's never been officially accused of anything untoward. The other butcher, Brisket, always had a reputation as an honest trader and a good Christian. But then he defiled his profession when he butchered a cow that had died of natural causes and gave the meat to the needy.
Ah, so he's a pariah like the knacker, and no respectable person should buy meat from him?
Just so. So there you have it. One tarnished, the other dishonest.
I might have known it wouldn't be easy.
I feel like Brisket makes the most sense. He butchered a cow that died of natural causes. It didn't say it was rotten or anything. It just, it's not how you would do it. But he did it to donate it to the needy. So I'd rather have that than a cheat.
Well, Brisket may have lost his honor, but to soil his good name to help his fellow Christians, that's the act of a brave and moral man. And that's just the kind of people we need here.
I trust you've made the right decision. I'll inform him right away.
All right, so we got our butcher solved. Get some upgrades done. Guess we'll start with the rat house since it'll be first. All right, so improvement 1 is an alchemy bench and then an herb garden. I think we do both. Oh, do we really have to run to it each time? Oh my god. Well, we've got our alchemy bench. Now we can make all sorts of poisons so we can start conquering the fiefdom. See if we can get our herb garden made right away. There's our herb garden. So now we're growing some, wow, it looks like a lot of stuff. Basically all of them. Like how we already have a nest or whatever that is up on our chimney. Upgrades on the church next. All right, improvement 1 is an altar. Of course we need that. I wonder if I don't think I can talk to him for the upgrades. I think I have to do that from the book. All right, we've got our altar. Not really a church without that, so. Ooh, and a pulpit. And looks like some candles. Time to build the frescoes, or paint them, I guess. Plaster them, fresco them. Not sure what the verb would be. I know what a fresco is. It's a painting that's done into wet plaster. But I doubt fresco is the verb. Ooh, that's looking pretty good. A huge improvement over the bandit headquarters of Runt, I should say. That is looking sharp. I love how most of the stuff on the frescoes is stories about Henry. All right, church has been renewed. Let's get some other upgrades done. All right, so let's go with the swordsmith for this one. So we're gonna go E. Took a few days for our swordsmith tools, but we've got them now, so now we officially have a swordsmith here in, well, or at least swordsmith setup. I know who I like to recruit. I probably am not going to get to doing that today, but I will go around and have to do all the missions to recruit all of the various named NPCs that we need for Pribyslavitz. But for now, let's go judge what we have to judge, see what wisdom we can dispense.
Good day, Master Bailiff.
God be with you. What's the trouble?
Lame Agatha, that old crone who lives on the edge of the village.
What's she done to you?
Well, I thought you should know. She's getting mixed up in the herbwoman's trade and selling folk all kinds of ointments and potions.
What's wrong with that?
It's all a swindle and a cheat. She ought to be burned as a witch.
What do you mean, it's a swindle?
Because those mixtures of hers don't work. It's nothing but plain water with herbs and pork lard.
How do you know about it? Have you tried something from her yourself?
Me? Why would I? Well, that would be a sin, wouldn't it?
Well, I suppose she did something to you, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
She X'd my hens and now they won't lay. And she put a spell on her own so they lay double.
Are you serious?
I swear by the Holy Mother of God, she put a spell on them.
What kind of ointments and potions are you talking about?
Oh, you know, potions for an aching head, women's pains, and herbs to make cows give more milk.
Alright, doesn't sound like witchcraft as much as it would be fun to burn someone at the stake. I doubt I have that authority, so let's go ahead and I think she is just jealous.
I reckon the only thing that's going on here is that you're a nasty, envious creature who condemn her own neighbour over a few eggs.
What? I would never. What do you take me for?
I just told you.
I'll waste another minute on you.
You call that justice? Next time I'll go straight to the bishop.
Alright. Anyway, let's get another upgrade done. Alright, we can improve our butcher. Alright, got our smokers built. Now we can smoke meat. Gonna be turning this place into a great place to live. Not to mention we're in the middle of the woods, so it should be pretty easy to get our hands on all sorts of meat. Alright, we probably only have like one more upgrade to go. I mean, I'll go check, but don't think we'll have that much. Alright, we have an upgrade for the stables for Sadler's equipment. We have 2 upgrades for the tavern. Alright, so that's all we have. So we'll do the one for the stable first. Alright, let's do that one. Alright, we've officially got a saddler at our stables, so if they were profitable before, they should be even more so now. Oh, we've got more judging to do.
What's the matter here?
This bitch here tried to kill me. Have her clapped in the stocks where she belongs.
That's not true, Master Bailiff, sir. He got drunk, like he always does, and ate who knows what kind of slop somewhere.
You know very well what it was what poisoned me. You're trying to get rid of me and don't think I don't know it.
Enough. One at a time. Tell me what happened. What makes you think she tried to poison you?
She hates me. She wants to put me in the ground and then take the farm. I can see it in her eyes. She's just wishing for the day I'm dead. But she'll never see it, because I'll throw her out on her ear.
Throw me out? From my own home? You useless ale-swilling pig! Have you forgotten who got you a roof over your head?
Just look at her, sir. You can see for yourself what a harpy she is. I came home after 1 or 2 ales at the tavern, ate my supper, what was left on the table for me, and went to bed. And in the morning, I woke up with my guts in agony. My head was on fire. I thought my last hour had come. If it wasn't for the old herb woman, she'd already have me in the ground.
Have you forgotten the part about battering me and throwing up in the doorway?
Shut your mouth, you whore!
Quiet. Good wife, tell me your side of the story.
Sir, that beast is good for nothing but drinking away my dowry with his cronies. If he puts his hand to a flail at all, it's only to beat me with it. We were thrown out of the farm near Ledechko that I got as a dowry, because this fool let it go to ruin and got us into debt too.
They threw us out because you wouldn't back me up to the bailiff.
Because I couldn't hold my head up if I lied to cover your useless arse.
That's got nothing to do with you poisoning me.
He boozes from morning till night and beats me. Says I don't take good enough care of him. And all he does is sit on his ass expecting me to run around cooking and cleaning for him. And now he wants to drive me out of the village, saying I tried to kill him. What would I do then?
What do you think happened, good wife?
Nothing what hasn't been 100 times before. He was crooked as a bishop again, and I could already hear him in the courtyard, retching and spewing. I had his supper waiting on the table, because otherwise there'd be hell to pay. Only there's no pleasing the pig. Where's the meat? And what have you. And when I told him God's honest truth, that there's no meat, cause he drank all our money away, he laid into me like a madman.
1 slap was all you got. What was less than you deserved for your evil tongue?
I ran off and hid in the barn till he'd calmed down. When I could hear him snoring like a pig, I came inside again. After a while he started throwing up and he was spewing till dawn. Who knows what he ate when he was boozed up? Or it was the booze itself done it.
And what about the herb woman?
I went for her in the end. 3 groschen I had to give her for some wormwood potion. I could have done that myself for nothing. And then he claimed I poisoned him.
Alright, I think I know what to do. I've got no use for lazy wife-beating drunks.
I've heard enough. You, farmer, won't touch another drop of booze, or I'll leave you in the stocks to dry out. And if you raise your hand to your wife again, I'll take a bludgeon to you.
But a drink or two?
No buts. There'll be no half measures with you.
Thank you, Master Bailiff. Thank you 1,000-fold. You're a wise and just man.
Ooh, I lost reputation for that. Alright, let's get our topical, let's get our tavern upgrades done. Alright, brewery and dice game. Well, we'll start with the brewery. Well, there, we've built our brewery, and that officially had us ensured that we had sufficient income. So, I have one more to do. I have the dice game to do, but then I believe we'll be all done building the village. Alright, let's get our dice games built. Now that the people are drinking and the dice are rolling, Pribyslavitz is officially completed, at least as far as buildings and such goes. Like I said, I'll have to go around and do the missions that I need to do to to recruit all of the NPCs that I got to get here. But for now, we're done building, so now I just have to go tell Sir Divish that we're ready to go. There's our guy.
Sir Divish, I finished the assignment you gave me. Pribyslavitz is up and running once more, and making money. And the church is as good as new.
Indeed? That's excellent news. I can't wait to see it for myself.
Of course, we can go right away. Welcome to Pribyslavitz.
Well now, I've heard some reports, but to see it with my own 2 eyes, beautiful.
Me and Marius did our best.
As you saw on the way here, the village is prospering, trade is booming, and the villagers are doing well.
I saw the new buildings as we were riding in. You've both done a magnificent job. I owe you my gratitude and commendation.
Thank you, sir.
How did you manage it so quickly?
We had to clear the woods and the ruins of the former buildings.
I arranged supplies of building materials and victuals from traders nearby.
Thanks to which we were able to build what you see here today.
And the church here has become the dominant feature of the whole village.
I'm especially proud of our church.
Indeed, you have plenty to be proud of. Thank you both. I can say wholeheartedly that you have not disappointed me. On the contrary, you have exceeded my expectations.
It's been an honor.
I quite concur.
Master Marius, I'd like you to stay on in the village. As soon as things have settled in the province, we can begin with the expansion as planned.
As you wish, my lord.
As for you, Henry, as I promised, you shall continue to have the income from the village, as well as the bailiff's office.
Thank you, my lord.
I thank you, Henry. Few could manage what the 2 of you have achieved here.
And there we have it, Pribyslavitz up and running. I'm officially the bailiff of this excellent little village here. We got everything going, and now we've got a home for all of my friends that I haven't made in this playthrough yet. So they will have a home when they get it. But I'm sure Sir Radzig won't mind that I took a couple months off to rebuild a village in the middle of a important, time-sensitive investigation. And that's where we're going to leave it for today. So I had a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite types of things to get added into games like this. Yeah, it's not a huge story expansion, but I never like when you play a game and you have tons of influence and you have tons of money and everything, and then something like this, a ruined village, is just sitting there. You could do something with that money, and Warhorse gave us something to do with it in From the Ashes. So I love this. I hope we get to see more feudalism and stuff like this in the second game. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.